What's up, nation? Rock Var broadcasting live with you on Var Nation, playing some DC Universe Online tonight, and we are going to be talking about the new addition to the DCUO family, the new amazing, I don't know what you call it, addition to DCUO. We'll just use that word again. We're talking artifacts, and while we're talking artifacts, we're going to be leveling Vibe JLU, my Quantum Tune, who is now a level 19. We're going to be trying to get him, we won't get to level 30 tonight, but we'll push the envelope a little bit here and see what we can do as far as getting up there in the DCUO, close to level 30. But mostly we're going to be talking about artifacts, and I'm going to be reading stuff from the internet, so there's probably not going to be a whole hell of a lot of leveling going on. Bad Productions, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining the stream. Right now I am adding the link to DCUO's website where they talk about artifacts to the description of this stream. And so that way, once I save it, it'll pop up on there for you guys, and you can, you might have to refresh, I'm not sure, but if you want to open a second link so you can read along, there's an easy way to do that. I'm going to explain it to you here in just a second, because what I don't want is for everybody to leave the stream to go read it. But if you right-click on the link and click open in a new tab or open in a new window, you can have two windows going at one time, and you can read along while you watch the stream. That is assuming that you're watching this on a computer. If you're doing it on a phone, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. Don't worry, I will read it to you in great detail. Today is the recording date. We want to monetize in all countries, especially Croatia, because we know Tom will be on. Save that, and as soon as you refresh, you should be able to see the link that I was just talking about in DC Universe Online. So what's up, Gregan? How you doing? L, I'll call you L. L is in the his house. Ladies and gentlemen, L is in the hizzy. Hey, look, here's Crocky X standing next to me. So shout out time for the new subs. We got a couple of new subs. We're up to 358 subs. I'm knocking on wood, because every time I say the number, I jinx myself and I lose a couple. But thank you to JJ's World for subbing, actually yesterday, and Lone Goddess subbed 2 days ago. We now have 2 female subs. We have both males and females attracted to this channel. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for joining the channel, and hope we continue to keep you entertained. So that said, let me go to my live control room here, and we're gonna start talking about artifacts. Did you guys get to watch the? Oh look, I joined somebody's group. I don't know how I did that. That's interesting. I wonder if they're watching the stream too. So, did you guys get to watch the live stream, the Artifacts live stream from DC Universe Online yesterday, I think it was? And if you did, or did you go and watch it on YouTube? And if you did, if you have seen either of those things, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be awesome? L is excited about it. Bad Production asked me, or said, the new season of Flash is amazing. It is amazing. I'm loving it. We just caught up yesterday on the most recent episode. We end up, most of the time we're too busy at the specific time that shows air. So we go to the CW.com. The thing I love about CWTV.com is that they're not dickholes like Fox. They don't make you wait an entire week to watch the new episode. They show it to you the very next day, and so you can watch the episode. It's got ads, but it's still cool, and just like you'd be watching it on TV, except it's the same 3 ads over and over again. But at any rate, it's awesome, and the season is super, super cool. So far, this season of DC TV, Flash is my favorite so far. That's pretty much been the case since Flash started. I have found that my favorite show out of the 4, or however many there is now, is Flash. It teeters with Gotham. Supergirl started out strong. I'm not into it this season. I don't know what it is. It's a little lackluster. I don't know. They need to do something and do something quick. I'm very happy that they brought Erica Durance in, because she's awesome, and she really, really, really makes the show great, just when she's on screen, because it reminds me of Smallville. And so I'm very happy that she's on the show. But outside of that, I don't see a whole lot happening that I care about. Flash is flipping awesome. Flash, and I love the new suit. I love the look of the new suit. Finally, after so many seasons, we have a more traditional looking Flash suit. I'm loving it. I'm loving what they're doing with Wally West still. I love the fact that we've got a new... We don't know if he's a big bad guy yet, but it seems at this point like he is. I don't think he's necessarily going to be a bad guy. Well, I mean, he kind of is, and if you haven't caught up, I'm not going to say who that is, because it's a huge, huge deal in the DC universe. Arrow, I've only seen the one episode. I'm going to go ahead and leave this group since they're actually doing content. The one... Flash. Elle says Flash is awesome, but he needs to do some fitness. He is very skinny. Yes, that is true, and that was one of my complaints early on in the show, was that he looks into his head looks like Barry, but that's it. But I'll take it, because Lyda and I were talking about yesterday. Out of the young actors today, I actually think Grant is my favorite actor right now. Not out of all actors, just out of this young crop of actors that we've gotten with these shows. He just always manages to steal the scene. I really am enjoying that guy. But he could work out some. In fact, he could work out a lot. But Arrow has been Arrow. I mean, they're still trying to do the future, the jumping back in time stuff, and it's just old to me at this point. It was cool in the beginning when they were showing flashes of what happened to Ollie on the island. Now that they're actually jumping back just to last season stuff, I'm not too thrilled about it. It just kind of is boring, but we'll see. I haven't seen the most recent episode. I haven't seen the Bruce Wayne name drop that everybody's going crazy about, so I'll wait to see how that looks. Legends of Tomorrow, I'm not that into this season either. I really liked it when it first started, and I'll tell you, I think mostly the reason that I'm not digging it right now is just that I'm super pissed that everybody seems to be putting the Legends down all over the place, like they're all screw ups all of a sudden. I didn't necessarily feel like that was the premise of the show in the beginning. I didn't feel like they were screw ups. I felt like they were people that hadn't necessarily made a name for themselves yet in the world, and so therefore they could go and do stuff throughout time and not get noticed. But if you send the Flash, or if you send Green Arrow, or if you send Supergirl, they're already known in their timelines. These guys are people that fall between the cracks, and I thought that was what was good about it. But this season, it's like they're just trashing them like they're all a bunch of fuck-ups. They're not fuck-ups. They're really kick-ass heroes. So I don't know if they're just trying to capitalize on something and they haven't gotten to the point yet. Maybe that's the case. But I like the cast. I love the cast. I love the premise of the show. I love the actual heroes that they've used. Yeah, it is a different vibe from other DC series, which is cool. But I definitely do like them as a group. I love the group. I hope the season gets a little bit better. I'm just not right with it yet, but it's probably because I haven't watched too much of it. I mean, I've seen the first episode so far in this season, and that's about it. So this show quickly turned into DCU Tonight, which I'm going to have to get to filming. because apparently I have a lot to say about it. Oh, Gotham, though, I'm really digging. And I haven't watched Gotham. I haven't watched the most recent episode, maybe 2 episodes. I haven't seen the introduction of Solomon Grundy yet. I don't know if that's actually happened on air or if they're just talking about it. Lida's going to flip her lid when I tell her who Solomon Grundy is, because it's a character that, from the very first episode, I thought he needed to be somebody in the DC universe. And he fits very well into the mold of Solomon Grundy. So I'm super excited that they've gone that way with him. But anyway, let's get down to the artifacts here while we're standing around. So DC Universe Online has introduced a new addition to the game, a new mechanic. It's not really a mechanic, but basically an entirely new way to increase your stats and to build your toon into exactly what you want it to be. And so I'm going to talk about that now, and I've put the link in the description of this video. So if you're watching this after the fact, you can go check it out on the web. You can watch the live stream. I think there's a link to the, yeah, there is. And on the page there's a link to their live stream talking about it. And so I highly encourage you to watch it because it's very informative. There are a lot of things involved in it that unless you hear it from the horse's mouth might be misconstrued. It's kind of hard still for me to wrap my head around all of it. I've got to go back and rewatch it and take some notes or something. I'm going to end up doing a standalone video on it to try and make more sense out of what I've seen. Also, Shadow Dragon has done a very good detailed video going and showing you actually how you start through the process. He's on the test server, and so he has gone and done a test server video and shows you pretty much everything you need to know. And that's at Shadow Dragon DCUO is his page. And there's actually, if you're looking at my YouTube channel, there's a link to his up in the right hand corner, so you can just click on that and go there. But so basically just a little bit about it. I'm going to read from the development update that they've got posted on the website. So here is just some bullet points about artifacts. Artifacts are powerful new items you can rank up and upgrade over time. Players will get new missions from John Constantine to collect powerful artifacts from around the universe, level 20 plus. Hey Jeffrey Lane, how you doing, buddy? Regan says, so you know who is running what artifact? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to read through it here and give you an idea. Jeffrey says, I have some questions for you. Jeffrey, I have some answers for you, my friend. Hopefully. I'll try to answer them as I'm reading, so shoot. It says artifacts are upgraded with special items. So nth metal items are reagents used to fortify artifacts to increase their rank. Nth metal is found in the vault, the stabilizer event, and are rare drops from any NPCs you defeat. So no, outside of the vault and the stabilizer event, no specific content that you have to try and do for nth metal to drop. It's when they go live with this, it's just going to start dropping from all NPCs. Catalysts are special items used for breaking through certain milestone ranks, because not only are you building this thing, but there are certain milestones that you hit that'll boost your stats even that much more. So you can find catalysts in specific duos, alerts, and raids. So for those, you will have to do specific content. Artifacts are the artifact systems will continue to evolve in the future. And then they say watch this live stream, which is there's a link there that you can watch the actual reveal video. It's not too long. I think it's like 30 minutes, maybe an hour long at most. So an artifact is a new type of gear that you'll slot into a new equipment slot and that you can rank up and fortify to unlock powerful bonuses. Unlike other types of gear that you replace frequently, you advance in combat rating. Artifacts require a long-term investment and grow with your character. Many artifacts will also grant new passive or active abilities in addition to stats, and will provide new options for how you build or play your character. And one thing that it doesn't mention right there is that some of these are going to give you buffs to your group. So how do you obtain artifacts? You'll get artifacts. You'll get your first artifact by completing the new artifacts mission from John Constantine, which will be available at level 20. Once completed, you can obtain additional artifacts from Constantine in the Watchtower or Hall of Doom for Marks of Victory. So that brings Marks of Victory back to being relevant for those of us that they're currently not that relevant for. To upgrade artifacts in your inventory, they've added a new tab called Artifacts. Once you have an artifact and some nth metal, you can combine the two and add item experience to the artifact. Different kinds of nth metal are worth different amounts of item experience. You get enough item experience into your artifact and it will increase in rank. Each rank gives you a small, exponentially increasing stat boost. Every 20 ranks is a milestone rank, which offers a larger bonus and requires specific catalysts to break through. So you're building this thing, it never really stops building, and as you continue to build it and reach these milestones, you get bonuses to your stats, depending on which kind of stat you're trying to build at the time. So nth metal. Nth metal is the core reagent for your artifact. Once you've acquired your first artifact, you'll be able to find nth metal as a rare drop from defeating NPCs. In addition, you'll be able to get large caches of nth metal by completing the vault and the stabilizer event. So that's cool. So that's how you can get more than just one piece of nth metal at a time. Nth metal comes in various qualities, with rarer, more refined pieces granting larger amounts of item experience when used to fortify your artifact. So not only are you going to be finding this nth metal and getting it as drops, you're looking for specific kinds of nth metal to help boost your stats as much as you want to boost them. So that's pretty kick-ass. I mean, if you think about it, there's going to be a lot of people that maybe have the same artifact, but somebody maybe put more care and time into how they crafted their artifact, so theirs may be more powerful than the other person. So it's actually it's going to be more or less of a dummy, I get a drop, now I'm awesome thing, and more of a, hey, I paid attention and I learned and I figured out how this shit worked and I'm awesome thing. I dig that, because that's one of the reasons why I was drawn to MMOs in the first place, was that everyone just didn't get to be the best. You had to put some thought and effort into it. To the chat, Jeffrey Lane says, do you think they should have real artifacts that we find also, like base artifacts or styles, or weapons like the Spear of Destiny could be? I definitely think so. And Jeffrey, I think this is what's right up your alley, is that MEPS flat out called for ideas to be thrown out there. So if I were you, man, you have a lot of good ideas. I'd start throwing ideas out there, because you could see that stuff end up in the game for sure. I mean, I know they mentioned the Spear of Destiny, and outside of that, it would be pretty kick-ass to have the helmet of, like oh God, I'm gonna die right now because I can't names, or I'm horrible with names. I should really remember this. SJ mentioned the helmet of Naboo. She mentioned that a lot, actually, so I'm thinking that is definitely ending up in the game. But it'd be kick-ass if you could wear it, right? I think that'd be sweet. So let me jump over here so I can see the chat better. Greg L says they're doing that already. It will just keep evolving. Jeffrey Lane says, like, if we got nth metal, maybe we could get a base item with nth metal, or a style like nth metal material. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Elle says the artifacts we're getting now are already in the game. Yeah, that's true. Liz Tish 36, how's it going, Liz? Thank you for joining the stream. Hopefully it's alright to call you Liz. Glad you could join. We are talking about the new artifacts that are coming to the game. So we talked about nth metal. Let's talk about catalysts real quick. Catalysts are special items required to break through milestone ranks. These can be acquired by completing specific duos, alerts, and raids throughout DCUO. Each milestone rank requires a different and specific combination of catalysts, which in turn should bring some traffic to the places where they're found. So that is exactly what I mentioned above, was some of the content that hasn't been relevant to high-level players. I feel like it's getting ready to become relevant. So that's good, because Awesome Gamer, how you doing, buddy? That's good, because so much of the game for me right now is just the same mission, especially with like when the new content comes out. There's 1 4-player, 2 duos, and an outside set of missions that you can do. Well, that's an hour and a half of my time, and I'm done. And then what am I doing? I'm just sitting around, and I've already bought all the styles that I can buy with Marks of Victory. I have nothing to do with Marks of Victory except wait till my generators need it, and I'm just like, well, shit, now I'm done. So am I just standing here looking at myself? I can do the raid once a week, but you know, I'm done. That's all I've got to do. And so then I'm jumping in and I'm playing other tunes. So so this gives me a reason to want to do the lower level content, basically. And I don't know if I'm going to get to it. I don't know if they actually bring it up here on this that I'm reading right now or not. But one of the things that it also brings into relevancy, if that's a word, I might just be making that up. It makes relevant the fact that I am a DCUO addict. Well, by the way, many times this has been brought up to me. I refuse to quit. I refuse to... The longest I've ever not played this game was like the couple of months after my son was born. We were just way too damn busy to play. I mean, I couldn't... I played a little bit while he was sleeping and stuff like that, especially like the first few days. Like, you know, he would sleep on you most of the time when it wasn't night. He would lay on, we have what's called a boppy pillow. It's a pillow that wraps around you, and the baby can lay on it so that you don't have to be holding them. They can just lay there. It makes your belly like a bed. It's awesome. And we still use it for him. But he would lay on the boppy, and I would have the controller in my hand and I'd play DCUO, but I couldn't really play it like I had been playing leading up to his birth, and I didn't get to YouTube at all because I just had no time for that, and I couldn't stream because he was asleep and I couldn't wake him up by talking. So just in the past few months have I actually been able to stream like I want to stream again, because he's into it. Like, he was just, the whole first part of this stream, the first 15 minutes of this stream, he was sitting on my knee, and he actually fell asleep. He's 1 year and 3 months now. He actually fell asleep while I was streaming and just laid back on me. And he was laying here till about 4 minutes ago when Lida picked him up and took him to bed. He just digs it, I guess. But so my point being is that for 5+ years, there have been very few times outside of the birth of my son that I have not been logged into this game. Even when I'm not in with a character that people would recognize, I'm in this game because I have 17 characters now. And every waking minute outside of work and sleep, no matter what's going on in this house, I am logged into this game. Whether we're watching TV, playing on the internet, giving Bodhi a bath, cooking dinner, eating dinner, whatever we're doing, I'm on the game. And so yes, I'm a DCO addict. But my point is, with this, I've heard a lot of people complaining. Shadow Dragon, what's up, buddy? I've heard a lot of people complaining, and Legendary Superman, hey man, thanks for joining the stream. I've heard a lot of people complaining now that certain stats are not necessary. So if I'm a DPS, there's only so many skill points that I need to spec into DPS stuff. And when I get that done, what do I do with them? And so, obviously, to me, when if I, because I don't right now, fill up all of my DPS slots, I'm going to start putting them in things like health and, you know, power. Well, you can't do power anymore, but I guess health is really the only thing you can do now. It used to be defense, health, power. Now it's just going to be health, I guess. But I'm going to put it into health, because then, you know, not only am I going to be able to do good damage, but I'm also going to have to stay alive. And it helps if the healer isn't breaking themselves trying to keep me alive as I'm doing damage. And if I have all of my stat points into my damage skills, I'm going to be up on the boss, you know. I'm going to be trying to do as much damage as possible. Well, I've heard a lot of people bitching, though, that once they fill up those DPS slots, or if they're a healer, once they fill up those health slots, or controller or tank, whatever you are, they've got nothing left to do with them. At 239 skill points, I don't have that problem yet. I've still got plenty of slots I can fill. The guys that we're talking about, 350 up skill points, they have a lot of things they don't know what to do with their stats. You know what I'm saying? So, because of these artifacts, the way I understand it is, as you build your artifacts up, if you have certain amounts of certain stats, your group will get buffed with certain things differently. So, and you will as well. So it actually, because of artifacts, is going to give people a reason to put those extra skill points into other things. And I don't think it goes into the detail on that really right here on this post on the forum or on the website. But if you watch the live stream, they talk about it a little bit. So, and I hopefully I didn't misunderstand what they were saying, but you know, we'll see. So anyway. Here is, we talked about Catalyst. Now we're going to get into player feedback. But first I'm going to get over to the, I missed a lot of chat going on here. Ooh, I like Jeffrey's idea about new base styles like Dr. Fate's, Constantine's, the Black Room. Yeah. I like anything Constantine. I wish they'd just bring that back to CW. Although, I don't know if you guys know this or not, Matt Ryan, the guy that played Constantine, he is doing the voice of Constantine on a Constantine cartoon that is on the CW seed, which is, I don't know why they don't just say the CW website, but that's what it is. And I believe you can watch it for free. Ooh, Jeffrey Lane says, example, a Speed Force artifact could give us Speed Force aura that actually gives us a stat. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, so let's get back on to so player feedback. Yeah, I saw that too, Jeffrey. Constantine's coming to Legends. I'm really stoked about that. I love Matt Ryan. Like, I just dig that guy. He was meant to be Constantine. Let's see. And you know, because it's kind of weird, because when I saw the movie, at that point in my life, I had no idea who Constantine was. And even not knowing who the character was, I didn't necessarily think Keanu Reeves was right for the role. That's weird. Matt Ryan would have been cool, though. Okay, so with the stat revamp complete, they now have the ability to explore new possibilities in character growth and builds. Artifacts are the first step towards making that a reality. In addition, this system will help them address several concerns previously raised by players in the community, including variety in stats and builds, which is what we were just talking about. As new artifacts come online, new passive and active abilities will tap into your stats in interesting and new ways. That's cool. For example, I'm going to say this really, really wrong. For example, the tetrahedron of Grund grants a group buff, increasing might by a percentage of your health. So yeah, they are going to talk about it. So that's pretty kick-ass, because if you think about it, that means the higher health I have, the better that is going to buff my group's might. It says that lets players who have maxed out their roles, primary stat, and skill points to invest in any additional points in ways that will continue to improve their core function, while also improving the performance of the group. More group synergy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I don't know... Tom, what's up, buddy? And because I don't know if anybody else feels this way right now, but when I go into a group mission, I feel like we're 4 individuals fighting for the same goal. I don't feel like we're a team working in synergy like I used to. And that's another big reason why I love this game, was that synergy feeling when you go into a mission and you're just able to go right through and not have too much of a problem. And it wasn't because it was easy content, it was because you had the right group for the job. You had the right tools for the job, and that's what I really like about it. So anyway, artifacts can interact with each other to promote synergistic... Ooh, I didn't know that was a word. I'm going to use that a lot now. Synergistic builds, both for individual players and the group as a whole, work together better. For example, the diluted refractor grants your group a health buff based on your dominance, which in turn improves the effect of tetrahedron of Grund. God, did they have to name it that? I feel like they were like... let's pick the hardest shit to say. Can we do that? Can we pick the hardest thing to say possible and make that the name of it? Tom says, I quit DCUO, got bored with the game, and focused on other games. Like recently? Or are you talking about in the past, Tom? Membership value and the vault. They are always looking for ways to improve the vault and make membership better. Since members can visit the vault daily, and since we have made it so a vault run now grants a significant amount of nth metal to rank up your artifacts, members can rank up their artifacts faster. Nice. Members get more. Thank you, guys. Thank you, DCUO. And because right now I don't give 2 craps about the vault, I don't normally go there at all, gives me a reason to go to the vault. Refreshing content. High-level players now have a reason to run specific pieces of lower-level content, which is we talked about. For Catalyst, this is a compelling reason to revisit past favorites for all players, regardless of level. And since most Catalysts are tradable, this also creates a valuable resource that even lower-level players can find and trade. There we go. That I did not know. That is super exciting to me, because I'm sorry, everybody, if Casper's on, earmuffs Casper. They fucked up the marketplace. Seriously. From the last stream, buddy. Oh my. Tom, you quit DCUO? I'm sorry, man. I hope you don't quit the stream. What are you playing now? They fucked up the marketplace. They fucked up the whole way that things work in the game as far as earning money. It went from having a really good way to farm and earn money, in-game money, and then I guess a lot of people complained because there was a lot of selling things at high costs, and so the people who couldn't sell things, you used to be able to sell a stack of exobits for $800,000 to $1 million, and people were like, "Oh, I can't make any money." Well, that's because you don't farm and sell exobits. But then again, the free-to-play players, they didn't have the ability to trade like that. So then they tried to make things different, and they now it's down to the point where you can buy a stack of exos for $100,000-$200,000 if you find them on the right day. And it just went to the point where, you know, there were a lot of people that had a lot of things, like me and my brother have a lot of things saved in our inventory that we were planning on selling that became absolutely worthless in the game because nobody's buying them anymore. So this will give those folks a way to, you know, some people, that's what they play the game for. They enjoy buying, selling, and trading. And so that this will be something that they can use to buy, sell, and trade. And so that's cool. That brings another element back to the game that people might play. Also, continued rewards. Nth metal drops from NPCs with no restrictions or loot locks. No replays required. Oh, that's kick-ass. So this is a resource that can always be found, even when you've finished your other content and missions, even if you were locked out of loot. So that is cool. Because if you don't have a reason to do a 4-player or 8-player mission or a duo or whatever, because it's loot locked, now you can go in and still do it because you're going to be able to collect nth metal. Very cool. Long-term investment. Artifacts are items that grow along with your character. Unlike normal gear that get outgrown and replaced quickly as your character progresses, artifacts will stick with you for a long time and continue to increase in power as you progress your character, which is also very true. And I think that's a good idea because too many things have become short-lived in the game. It's like, you know, you get a piece of gear, you've got it for a couple days till you get the next best thing. You might even have it for a couple hours before you get the next best thing. So this way we've got something that we are keeping for life. There's a very small spider on my TV monitor right now. I would not even see that thing if it wasn't on the monitor. That's freaky because it could crawl in my ear or my eye socket, up my nose, other orifice. Tom says, it wasn't my passion about this game. I focused on a game that I bought season pass with only 80 euros and have all DLC that comes in the future. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, good, man. I want you to be happy. I want you to play a game that brings you great happiness. That's the whole point, you know. If you're not having fun, change it up a little bit so that you have fun. What game is it? I might be interested in looking at it. L says people are lazy, too lazy to farm rare stuff nowadays. Yeah, they definitely are. That brings me to this. I was standing in the watchtower the other day. It was when I was trying to get finish the Batman Beyond set, and so I was just selling all the shit that I have in my inventory. And I was standing there. Somebody actually walked up to me and asked me, straight out of the blue, someone I have no idea who they are. I wasn't playing Rockvar, so I don't know that they had any idea who I am. And they walked up completely out of the blue and asked me if I would buy them a legendary membership. Like, seriously? Is that something that people do? Like, I would never expect someone to just buy me a legendary membership, especially someone who I don't know whatsoever. If it was maybe a friend of mine, I might be like, hey, well, you know, I don't know, maybe. Maybe I have $14 I can lend you for a 3-month, you know, or whatever, or for a month or whatever. I don't know. But just some random person in the watchtower, I don't know. I didn't respond to him because the kind of stuff like that makes me really mad. And so I want to be like, I have been in the past, like, go get a job, lazy punk. And but I didn't. I just was like, okay, they're probably a kid, you know, whatever. Go ask your mom and dad. So the last section of this on the website here is titled The Future. With this update, they're laying the foundation. Artifacts will continue to expand in the future. Over time, they will add new artifacts, unlock new artifact equipment slots, and increase the rank caps with new rank and milestone bonuses to make your characters even more powerful. With new artifacts, they may see new character builds, new group strategies, and new playstyles emerge. With that said, we need your feedback to realize the full potential of artifacts. What are you excited about? What artifacts or abilities would you like to see in the future? And it says, let us know what you think. And it has a link to, I believe, I'm going to assume it is the forums post so that you can leave your comments. And here is the thing that I think I didn't think about necessarily. Somebody has brought up on the forums here. There is a real need for additional inventory space. I know we can purchase it, but it'd be very, 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 very nice if we could have more inventory space without having to do that. But we will see. But anyway, so if you did not get to see that live stream, or if you would like to read through what I've just read for yourself, the link to that is in the description of this video. And you can check that out for yourself. Either right now if you want to. I would right click on the link and open it in a new window so that you don't have to leave the stream, or just do it after the stream once this pops up on YouTube, and you can click there and check it out as well. That's interesting. My timer right now in the game says I've been streaming for 41 minutes. The timer on YouTube says I've been streaming for 26 minutes. I know that to be wrong because I just done a hell of a lot of talking, and I know that it didn't take no 26 minutes. So anyway, let's get into playing the game a little bit. Let me check the chat real quick and see. Shadow says, I've had people ask for auras and styles, but a full-blown membership wins the bagging championship. I believe so. I want to be like, ding, 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 you win for the biggest lush in DC Universe Online. Ooh, that could be a thing. If I was one of those dickhole streamers that caught people doing embarrassing stuff and put it on their YouTube channel, I could do that. I don't want to do that because I don't want to be a dickhole, but it would actually be kind of funny to just be like, who's the biggest lush, and just capture all of those moments. We could give out like at the end of the season of the show or whatever, we could give out awards. That would be kick ass. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I have got to get some of these chicken nuggets in me. I made chicken nuggets and french fries, and I've been sitting here this whole stream. They got done right before the stream and I pulled them out of the oven. And so I've been sitting here this whole time talking and smelling this stuff and not eating it. And so I went to McDonald's the other day, and I got they have a really cool ass thing now at McDonald's. It's a 20-piece chicken nugget with a bag of fries, or a basket of fries. I'm sorry. And I freaking love fries, and I love chicken nuggets. And I used to go to a place close to where we lived called, I think it was called Five Guys. It was a burger joint. They're a chain, so you guys may have been there before. But when you get your food from there, they don't even put your fucking fries in anything but a bag. They put your burgers in a bag, like a carry-out bag, like what you would get, just a paper carry-out bag, and then they just dump all your fries in there with it. And you get a shit ton of fries. So we would do that. We would go to Five Guys, get a couple bags of burgers and fries, and go home and chill. And so I'm digging that McDonald's is doing that now. So I went there. I got my meal, which was the 20-piece chicken nugget, the basket of fries. I got Lida a biscuits and gravy meal, and I got Bodie a kid's meal because he's actually eating kids meals now. So he got a kid's meal with chicken nuggets and apple slices, and basically he'll like chew on the nuggets and he'll chew on the apple slices and whatever. So I went there, and when I got back home, they had left the one of the meals out. They'd left out the biscuits and gravy. So I drove back, which McDonald's is actually like 2 blocks from my house. So I go back, I stand in line forever because it's the slowest McDonald's known to man. And I stand in line, I finally get up there. I mean, it was like basically I stood in line, and then right when I got to the front, the chick that was taking people's orders turned around, walked off, started making food, and left me standing there. She then put food in bags, took it to people, and then came back and waited on me. So, and I'm like, yeah, you fuckers left out my, I didn't say that, but that's what I wanted to say. But I'm like, yeah, you fuckers left out my biscuits and gravy. So they give me the biscuits and gravy. I come home. Then I get home and I realize I had, and you know how places are now with their sauces. So not only did I have to just get 3 fucking sauce packets with my 20-piece chicken nuggets, but I can't live on 3 sauces. I'm the kind of guy, like, I can go with barbecue sauce from from McDonald's, and I can say, you know, 2 nuggets, and I need another sauce. Like, I want my nuggets drenched in this stuff. So I have to pay for additional barbecue sauce packets. And I do every time I go. And inevitably, every time I do that, they forget to give them to me. So they forgot to give me any. I got back home again, and I realized that there were no sauce packets in the bag. This is what I get for not checking shit out before I leave. Lyda gets pissed at me because I don't do that. So I get here, I have no sauce packets. I've paid for extra ones. So I called them back, and I was like, hey, I was just in there. You know, you guys screwed up my order. Also, I didn't get any sauce packets. Can I come back and get them? And she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I'm driving back there for this 3rd time now. You have to make this worth my while. Like, can I have a substantial amount of sauce packets? And she's like, I'll have them waiting for you at the register. So I got up there and I got a bag of freaking barbecue sauce packets. I will have barbecue sauce for the next month. Damn, that was a long-ass story just to get to that point. I will have barbecue sauce packets for the next month. They gave me an entire small bag full of them. It was like Christmas. I came home, and I was actually tossing them up in the air and, like, spinning in circles and shit and just being like, holy hell, look at all this barbecue sauce. Our next gamer says, what's up? Thanks, man. Or, thanks, man. How are you doing? There is no good customer service in America anymore. I agree with Jeffrey Lane on that. I just watched the movie about the makers of McDonald's on Netflix, and them guys would have a flippin' heart attack if they walked into a McDonald's in today's day and age. They would shoot themselves in the face. Seriously, they would be that pissed. Yeah. So anyway, oh shit, I just dropped my controller. Let's get down here and rescue some pheromone-smitten citizens. They are pheromone-smitten. And I'm still loving Quantum. This is really a good time. Depending on how much damage it's doing when I get to level 30, this might be my power right now. People always ask me what my favorite power is. The flow of Quantum is really cool. Like, it's not all glocky or groggy and just kind of makes no sense like some of the other powers. You just really flow right through the rotation. So I like that, and I like the colors and the sound that it makes. It sounds cool. That's as important as being cool. Unless you're my main tune, and then it has to do damage. That's the only problem. Like, I can screw around with any other power set because I like it, but when I'm playing Rock Bar, it has to do good damage, or else I'm not going to be able to use it. I can't stand going through missions and not doing my job right. Hey, look at that, we're level 20. And my job is damage. So, god damn it, I'm not going to be like other DP, and maybe I am, but I try not to be like some of the DPS that are DPS just because they don't want to play a role. Like, I want to play DPS. That is my role. I want to be good at it. I want to leave a mission and people be like, hot damn, that was a good DPS. I know that's not the case now. Maybe another couple years it will be. That's just my goal, you know. Hopefully they don't end up stopping the game before I get good at it. Because that would suck. I'd be like, oh my god, I put 6 years into 7, 8, 12 years into learning how to play a role. I just figured it out. Now you take it away from me. And see, that's my problem with most other games that I play. They don't have a role necessarily like that. It's like everybody kind of does DPS, or, you know, it's just, I don't know. I just haven't found something else that makes me feel as fulfilled when I play it. Although, you know, I like Star Trek Online. I've been playing it a little bit. I haven't played it since the last time I posted it on the channel, but it does get kind of boring kind of fast, just because there's not a whole hell of a lot going on. As far as you know, as far as actual, you know, it's cool to be the ship and whatnot and fly around and fight, but I like more up close and personal. And there is that in that game as well. It's just not as, you know, prevalent as it is in DCUO, because we don't fly around in ships in this game at all. So, Elder Scrolls Online, I do like that game a lot. I do not like having to pay for it after already paying for it, so that's why I don't really play that now. Yeah, so Jeffrey, I've played Star Wars Online. I've got a couple of videos about it up on the channel. I dig it. It's fun. I mean, it really is. I've got, I consider it a hero and a villain. I've got a guy in Starfleet, and I've got a Klingon. My Klingon is my bad guy. I started the Klingon just because I really want to just fly around and start shit.
This rose contains a powerful
and the Starfleet guy, I'm trying to treat that like, you know, actually accomplishing things in the game. Lizzie plays SWTOR. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look it up. You don't have to type it. I will do it. SWTOR. Oh, hell yeah. Star Wars The Old Republic? Is that an MMO? I played that game a long ass time ago. I mean a long ass time ago. It is an MMO. What the hell? How am I? I'm gonna have to play that. I can't believe I'm not playing that yet. Kick ass. Thank you, Lizzie. Lizzie. That's awesome. Because I remember a while back, we wished, my brother and I wished that they would bring that game back. Because we played the shit out of the old version of it. It was very, very fun. It's free to play now, but Lizzie subs. I am going to try the free to play and see how I like it. Sweet. We may have to stream that. Because that's like my favorite time in Star Wars. That's like when if I'm not mistaken, that's like when the Sith is dominant. And I really dig that. I was a Sith Lord in the original. I really liked killing people with my dual lightsaber that I had. It was more of like a staff lightsaber though. I don't remember exactly, but I really did enjoy it. Jeffrey says, a scarab artifact. Let me read this. A scarab artifact copy. Give us a Blue Beetle style. The Blue Beetle ship as a base item. That would be cool. I would like it if the scarab like actually had to be on you. You know, maybe you didn't necessarily see it over top of your clothing, but if you took your shirt off, it would be embedded in your back. That'd be kick-ass. I really dig it. So because I became a lazy son of a gun yesterday and didn't stream, I'm gonna stream today and tomorrow. I did last night. It's just, this is like I told you guys, it's the first week of the real stressful time for me at work. And we've got 8 weeks of it. We are now 1 week down, so I have 7 weeks left of hell. It's not necessarily hell week, it's like hell 2 months. And got about 7 more weeks of it. So 1 week down, I'm still alive, but last night after work, I wanted nothing more than to crash. And so that's what I did, and I didn't wake up. I fell asleep probably around 8:30, and I didn't wake up until like 11:30, and by that time it was too late to stream. I woke up for about an hour and a half, and then right back to sleep. I ate and went back to bed. That was it. I actually went and got a pizza, and it was like, I'm just too tired to go on. And normally I'd be like, you know, it's Friday. So that's the thing about now, is I work Saturdays as well. So not a full day. I work like a half a day, and then I work another couple hours at the end of the day. And so, but so I figured I'd make it up to you guys by streaming today, and then tomorrow is a regular stream day, so we'll just do another stream, and I'll try not to make it late. I'll try to make tomorrow the early one, because I know nobody wants to be up necessarily late on a Sunday night. Kind of sucks. Does The Walking Dead start again tomorrow? I heard somebody say that it did, and I haven't paid any attention to when the new season starts. So if that happens, I gotta make sure not to be streaming at 9 tomorrow, because I must be watching The Walking Dead. I tried, after ooh, there's grunty shit. That was not a good idea. So I finished Hemlock Grove. I've now tried 2 other shows that I thought would be as cool, and none of them are. So I went from Hemlock Grove, which I completed, and the next thing that I tried was The Gates. I don't know if you guys have heard about that. I'm not enthralled with it, so it does start tomorrow, Jeffrey says. He said Rick Grimes is going to kill Negan. I hope so. Eventually, I hope so. Speaking of, it has been confirmed, the guy that plays Negan, I can't remember his name, he also plays Sam and Dean Winchester's dad on Supernatural. He is coming back to Supernatural. I don't know if it's going to be like just a flashback, or if it's going to be just for a couple episodes, but in this next season he will be returning. So maybe that's because he's dying. Maybe that's because Rick is finally going to take out Negan. I hope so. I hope he does it ugly. I hope he does it brutal and ugly. I hope it's very painful for Negan. I would like to see them torture him for some period of time first, because that he deserves it. He's a huge asshole. Or was I? I don't know. Not important. Not as important as Negan getting killed. Oh, so yeah. So I was trying to find another show to watch. So I watched The Gates. Not enthralled with it. It's okay, but if I don't like a show by the 3rd episode, I'm just like, you know, I don't have time to fuck with it anymore. So I'll go back and try it some more, but not that thrilled with it. Then I tried this show called Salem, which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just not what I'm looking for either. I went and tried to pick back up where I left off on American Horror Story. Yeah, I'm not digging. I'm at the season where Lady Gaga's in it. I'm not really digging that one either. And so now I'm back to just getting ready for Stranger Things. I'm rewatching the first season because apparently I missed a lot of things. So when I started rewatching, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that happened. I didn't know that happened. And because we've got like 5 days now until the new season of Stranger Things comes out, and I'm thinking I want to be prepared for that. So I'm going to rewatch that. and get onto it. But someone brought up to me last night, actually, when I was going out to get my pizza. The folks at the Domino's here in my town were talking about a show on Netflix called Fairy Tale. I'm gonna have to watch that. It sounds pretty kick-ass. It's anime, and so I'm gonna get into that a little bit maybe tonight. I don't know. I'll let you guys know what I think of it, but should be pretty kick-ass. Game of Thrones I love. I'm already caught up on that. So no, I didn't, Jeffrey. I did not see Solomon Grundy on Gotham. I haven't caught up. I think I'm 2 episodes behind on Gotham. And yeah, dude, I'm seriously on the edge of my seat for Daredevil. I love that show. It's probably one of my favorites right now. But no, I haven't seen. I've seen the pictures, so I know who it is. But I'm not going to say, just in case somebody else on the stream hasn't seen it. But I think that's going to be really, really cool. I'm so excited about it. So excited about it. And of course, I'm sure everybody knows by now that Bruce Wayne's name got dropped on Arrow. Apparently, it's some kind of way is going to get dropped on Supergirl as well. So they're speculating that Batman might be coming to the DC TV universe, or the CW universe, I guess, the Arrowverse they still call it. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I hope that it does. I hope that it does. Jeffrey says, don't watch Inhumans, in my opinion. Yeah, man. Inhumans, I'm not. Well, wait. You know what? I haven't seen that. Is that the same? It's not. That's not the same thing as the other Marvel show that they've got going on right now, is it? Don't they have Inhumans and then also, I don't even know what the other one's called. But at any rate, I wasn't too impressed, so I don't know. What's up, Casper? Thank you for joining the stream, buddy. Unfortunately, I'm wrapping the stream up now. I gotta go, but Inhumans is on ABC. I don't think I've watched that, so I think Gifted is the one that I'm thinking of. And I thought it was going to be really kick-ass because I was super excited to see Vampire Bill back on something. And no, I was not thrilled with it whatsoever. I can't, it just, I'm not digging it. I don't know. I'll give it a try maybe when I can watch the whole season at one time, because normally when I don't like something, it gets better when I can watch it all at one time. But no, not digging that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I dig that show. I really do like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we'll see. But my favorite character on there is gone now. So Grant was my favorite character. He was my favorite character when I thought he was good in the first season, and he was still my favorite character when he turned bad. It's weird how that worked out. Like, I still liked the character. So, I don't know. But anyway, guys, I will be back on tomorrow. We're going to try and do an earlier stream, so maybe like around 6, 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern, somewhere around there. I'll let you guys know on Twitter, @var_nation. Thank you for joining the stream. Be sure to give it a like if you can before you take off. And it'll be back up on YouTube here in about an hour, the video. So if you missed the beginning, you can watch it there. And be sure to give it a share and a like. Sub to the channel if you haven't subbed already. I'll give you a shout out in the next stream if you do. Thank you to Jeffrey Lane, Casper for joining, Elle for being in the chat tonight, Lizzie for joining the stream and being in the chat. We've got, let's see, who else? Shadow Dragon was on. Thank you, Shadow. Be sure to go over to Shadow's channel and subscribe if you're not, and you can watch a lot more detailed description, or you can actually see on the test server what these artifacts look like and how the system's working on Shadow Dragon's channel. Our next gamer, thank you for joining the stream. Let's see who else we got here. Unleashed Gamers, thank you for joining the stream tonight. And I think we have some other people on here. Awesome Gamer was on, I know, at some point. Thank you, buddy, for joining the stream and hanging out with us. Tom, always a pleasure to have you on the stream, man. I appreciate it. And Bad Productions was on here tonight, so thank you, Bad Productions. And you're right, Jeffrey. It was a great show, everybody. Thank you so much for taking part. And we will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Right here on VAR Nation for Lida and Bodie. This is Rock VAR saying play on. And yes, Jeffrey, Justice League is coming soon. I actually saw a commercial on TV today. I'm super psyched about it. I'll see you guys later on.